Hey, YouTube Gundam here. So, I've been helping a friend who's currently building this escort build a replacement. He originally built this, and I helped him build this. I did over 75% of the work, arguably 85%, not 100% sure on that. He had no idea really how to do a little beautification. I do not claim to be an expert. He just said he wanted something similar to the RWI Valiant in his beauty or something like that, and his weapon layout. I'm going to go over his previous one here. Big frontal laser cannon, several fixed forward cannons, that's okay. And yeah. So the issue, of course, starts with gun splat. Just this entire forward main bottom section, just a splatter of guns. Clearly, if any of these guns were truly trying to fire, they'd just be shooting into each other all the time. No stepping, no consideration of that. There is stepping on this, at least, but look at this. Just guns are impacting each other. At least this one's okay. You didn't go crazy there or there, but it's going to shoot itself. And then you have these heavy cannons up top, which, okay, these guns really should be facing out to be tucked in. This, just, he's toying with the sun. And the engines. Engines equals, yes, splat. Two guns right next to each other and literally engines everywhere. And the inside is all blocks. It's just solid blocks on the inside. Just so many fall into the idea of splat the guns and call it a day. Let's go over the new version now. I just painted it myself. Very little up front here. The main laser is hiding behind some heavy armor, some anti-missile lasers. These balls are for shooting down missiles. The anti-fighter weapons are these. So, starting with this forward gun, which should be red, so starting with the forward gun here, it has clear field of fire in all directions, no issues at all, until it gets to the rear, and this thing has a beautiful arc of fire, this heavy cannon. These are lasers, by the way. Instead of having it being completely surrounded by other guns all over the place where it's easy to shoot itself or to shoot another, give it a little room. This gun, same thing, just a good clearance all over the place to be able to shoot. This one a little less to the front, but that's intended to be shooting to the rear anyways. Another of these heavy guns here, another of these secondaries here with good firing. These two are a little close, but that's okay. This gun, again, that clearance. And we have the side pods, which have a tiny bit of splat, but I actually removed a lot of the guns. A couple guns here by the engines, but they have good clearance. A handful of guns by the engines there, and this triple gun here, and a triple gun, or, as a dual gun, I forgot, this little thing, down here. I forgot about that. That's okay. So, I mean, there is even a large gap here, and that's partially because of the internals. It looks better because of the main engines being there, to leave that as a gap. So, just a little gun here, a little gun there. In case you're wondering about all these guns that are tucked in, these are point defense guns. These are meant to kill fighters. There's laser guns, which are these, to shoot down missiles, and these are meant to shoot down fighters. So, yeah. Now, you notice this is turned out, meant to shoot to the side instead of front, to shoot to the front. So, next, that should be red. Next, side guns like this, there's a few of these around, is literally just a pair of the small guns with nothing around them, and one anti-missile unit. Some anti-fighter guns are nearby, but clear, beautiful field of fire, so there's no risk of shooting yourself. This heavier gun does have these, but they're way off to the side, and you see how big the thing is. It doesn't have any issues being able to shoot over that. And it's only a dual gun, not a triple gun like the big one. Now, they could shoot each other if they go like this, but the chances of that are slim. There's this other single gun way over here. There's another dual gun on the side. Now, that, of course, has that issue there, but it's meant to shoot to the side, so should be okay. These two up front, is a dual gun, and then there's a gap in this gun. For this, it's, they're basically touching the dual gun. This is touching. Versus this, there's a gap. There's nothing around it. Not immediate. And what is there is farther away. So, and this is farther again. You see how much larger this pod unit is in comparison to this little bitty thing. Which, if you think about internals, would make sense. And there's this giant one with a giant gun. You know? Now the bottom's a little different because hydrogen engines. Triple gun up front, that's the same. This is the same. These guns are the same, but these are atmospheric thrusters. Instead of this, which is actually the bridge. Well, one of the bridges. There's more than one bridge. This is one bridge with a couple airlocks and the shield generator, or the shield emitter. The guns are in pretty much the same spot for most of the ship. Atmospheric thrusters are there. He loves mods, by the way, in case you can't tell. Oops, that's gotta go. A little clean up. Do I wanna... I'll keep that there because there's only that other one. So, yes. Now, if you take a look, this does have these two dual guns here and then the heavy cannon. This has the heavy cannon, but does not have the dual guns because of the hydrogen engines here for, hopefully, atmospheric flight. Same for that. Other than that, it's pretty much the same. So, yeah. The pods. Oh, yeah, these flight pods. Look at how far they're sticking out. Just huge, stick out, chunky. Here they're tucked in. The whole thing's a lot more curvy. The whole thing's a lot more rounded and has things hiding here and there. Yes, there are a lot of point defense guns, but that's kind of the point. This is meant to be a battleship, and it's like an Iowa-class battleship. It's covered in anti-fighter guns. Quite a few secondary guns that are singles, doubles, and triples. The triples kind of act as smaller main batteries, but these big ones are the real mains. There's a total of 8 triple and 6 dual of those heavy cannons. There's also the main gun up front. So, the engines are simple. Look at this. Just look at this. Engines. I actually kind of kept that, but I reduced it just to ion and a hydrogen. And this is hydrogen with some small ions hiding in there. And I made this. I was going to put another gun there, but I'm like, no, it'll melt. This was actually over right in the middle. Like, no, it'll melt. So I pushed it to the side, give it a little bump out there, and caused that to be like so. That is because I can. There we go. That makes it a little intriguing. A little extra reinforcement to make it seem like it won't move so easy. That is for both, right? Yep. Okay. All right. Oh, the observation deck. The observation deck neck, first off, is a little bit thicker than the neck on this. And this is important. The stairs are small, but at least they have a slope, but it's a tight squeeze to get up here. And then there's all this up here. So, versus this, which this has a lot up here. Should put a catwalk in there. It's pressurized, there's a vent in there, and the stairs, pretty big. Now, it's not smooth going down, but there's plenty of room, except for right here. And I lost my atmosphere. Oh, well, that's fine. I think. Yep. Oh, I did lose it. That's okay. It'll coming back real quick. Yeah. Okay. Now, this ship has the airlock is kind of here. And that's it. At least this, gravity generator there. This, on the other hand, has an airlock here. And it's a proper airlock. Now, there is a little chunkiness here and there. It's not perfect. It's nowhere near perfect, but I'd never claim to be good. There's this, which goes to both. That's intentionally like that, as it's meant as a... Oh, you know what? Maybe I should eliminate this. Pink. Oh, looks better this way. This one instead. No, then that's exposed. That's okay. Looks better. You have a landing pad form, and you got that. Okay. That looks better. Here is your airlock to go up there. Otherwise, you can land here for access to maintenance, which is jump drives and a lot of power and stuff. Or, instead, if you go, there it is, down here through this double door, main engineering. Gravity generator for the rear section of the ship. And, oh yeah, the rear section here, which it doesn't have any lights. There should be lights in here, but it's not finished. But it is pretty good. Pressurized. Now, going up and forward. Airlock this. Maintenance zone. Lots of modded modded reactors, modded batteries, modded everything. This guy loves mods. I actually kind of like some of these mods. Up here, well, obvious. Medical. No cryo, but again, it's not done. Access to cargo. Gravity generator for the forward section of the ship. There's probably a smaller. That's a double. This leads to maintenance. The atmospheric thrusters and access to this stuff all here. But the other section here. This is that bridge. Airlock. And, yeah, there we go. Alright. There we are. I am not saying this is a phenomenal design, but comparing the rough draft to the second draft, I like it. And he absolutely loves it. He's working on this frigate. I'm going to work on the frigate. What is that? That's a... What? Okay. Is there a power cord in here? Oh, yeah. Batteries. Is there... I don't know. Is that a projector? He likes the Valiant, so... I also helped him repair his space station a little bit here and there. Is that gun moving? Oh, well. So, yes, comparing the old to the new. The new one is slightly longer than the Valiant, but it's skinny. So, it's very skinny. Alright. So, yeah. Progress. He's taking the design lessons he learned from this, from what I taught him. So he's going to see about doing that with this now. So, yeah. Oh, we'll see. Alright, that's it. I'm done. Enjoy. Thank you. Goodbye.